Hello everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Queer Talk. Yay! We're going to be talking about internet dating today. I know that's a big concern of many people that I've talked to, and what I've heard, and myself. I mean, I'm happily in a relationship, but I didn't go through the whole internet dating thing for a while. So, yeah, we're going to talk about that today. In my research and in talking to people, I found that there were about, two different types of internet dating. There's your personals, such as like Yahoo Personals or eHarmony or whatever. Another popular one is Craigslist. And then there's also forums, message boards, chatting, that sort of thing. So you have two very different styles of internet dating. There's obviously some differences when coming into these different types. With forums, you're going to get a chance to meet people and really see how they interact with other people. It's more like a virtual environment where you get to see how people interact with other people, how they react to certain things, that sort of thing. Whereas with personals, you kind of just get to cast a line out there. Hey, I'm so-and-so, this is what I like. If you're interested, message me back. There's pros and cons to both of these. Forums, like I said, are very interactive. You get a really good view of who people are, what they're about, that sort of thing. You never know, of course, because you're seeing facing your computer, but you get a pretty good idea of what's going on. With personals, you don't necessarily get that kind of interaction. On the other hand, forums are going to take time. They're going to take pretty much as much time as going out and hanging out with people. You're going to need to sit in front of your computer. You're going to need to continue to talk things through and devote time to that. Whereas personals, it takes 5 to 15 minutes or whatever to write your profile, put your message out there, and kind of just wait for the replies to roll in. So it kind of just depends on where your priorities lie. Do you have the time to establish those relationships in a forum, and really reap the benefits of knowing who people are? Or do you not have as much time, and are you just going to cast something out there, hoping that in that short paragraph or two, or whatever it is that you put out there, that somebody's going to be able to know enough about you to prove compatibility? So a lot of people ask, why internet date? I mean, the internet is a relatively new thing, and dating on the internet is even more so. So why are you out there and internet dating? Biggest answer that I've gotten is that a lot of people have a fear of rejection. So you don't have to necessarily put yourself out there. Even in a forum where you're interacting with people, you can choose to sit back and just watch people talk. You don't have to necessarily put a lot of yourself out there. And this is more so with personals, where it's just this message and you put it out there and you wait for the replies. It's more a passive way of getting to know people that may or may not be compatible with you. So that is the main reason that I hear that people internet date. Another reason, a small reason, is the time. Our society has gotten to a place where people don't have time to go out and sit at the bar. They don't have time to go out and spend hours at their local coffee shops, hanging out. So this is a chance, even with forums. I mean, you can spend 5-10 minutes hanging out with people. You don't have to devote a bunch of time to going and establishing those physical relationships, that sort of thing. So I mean, there are definitely benefits to being able to hop on your computer at work and interact with people, put a message out there. Obviously, there's also benefits to meeting people in reality as well. So when talking about anything having to do with the internet, whether it's internet dating or whether it's getting on MySpace or banking, you always need to talk about safety because all you're presented with is a computer screen. So we're going to go over a couple tips for someone who hasn't internet dated yet or has kind of dabbled in it to be able to protect themselves from predators or whatever other dangers are out there. So of course, with everything that you do on the internet, do not give unless it's forms. Do not give out your full name. Do not give out your address. Any financial information, any numbers of any kind, until you have an established relationship with someone. This does not need to be a romantic relationship, but until you know for sure who this person is, do not give out any important information about yourself. If you do decide after getting to know someone for a while that you want to meet them, do it publicly. Never meet anywhere where you could put yourself in danger. A good place to do this is the obvious, a restaurant, a coffee shop. I'm a big fan of coffee shops. I love coffee shops. Every time I've gone on a date after meeting people online, it's at a coffee shop. Do it somewhere where there's a lot of people around. Remember that the other person on the other end of your conversation does not need to be truthful. You can't see who they are. It's easy for people to lie. So if at any point you get some sort of intuitive fear or distrust for someone, trust your intuition. I mean, even if you're wrong, it's better to be safe than to fall prey to predators online. So, I think that that's it. Obviously, if you have any further questions on this, if you want to elaborate, if you want to share stories, this is a great topic to share stories on, because I know that I have stories that are just hilarious about people in internet dating. So feel free to leave comments, video comments, like I said, message me. We can even continue this conversation later. I'll come back and revisit points if there's enough feedback. So I guess until next time, be safe, be healthy, and we'll see you again.